Alchemical Records Newsletter, January 20th, 2023. Back to the Beginning by Daniel Warren Hill. We must not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we began and to know the place for the first time. T.S. Eliot. I hope that whether you are a creator, a business owner, or a fan, you can relate to this experience. As a creator, I see this at the start of a song and at the end of a song. I see this now as my band begins to look toward releasing that music in 2023, and how that project has turned into everything I hoped musically and not quite what I intended in terms of collaboration outside of the band. The music also begins to transform into something new again as it begins to reach the public for the first time. Songs I've written ages ago find new meaning over time, as do the songs I grew up with. Arriving where you began and knowing it for the first time is how the new year makes me feel. A chance to hit, not the reset button, but the readjust button. I don't think I would start over even if I could, but a year is plenty of time to find out if the work you are working on is working for you. I'd love to hear what you are working on and what's working for you. Just reply to this email. And if you'll permit me, I'd love to tell you what I'm personally working on and sum up a few of my own accomplishments in 2022. I'm 15 pages away from completing my book. I'm really hoping to knock out the rest of it on Saturday. The first chapter of Developing 3 Keys for Success in Your Creative Career is available for you to read now. I'm going to be putting the book through an editing phase, but I also planned on reaching out to fellow creators to ask about their experience to see if they were similar to my own. If you are a creator, not just a musician, and are willing to share your creative career journey details, let me know. I'd love to chat with you and ask your permission to perhaps quote you in an appropriate section of the book. This means the book itself may not be released publicly for some time yet, but I'm already planning on how to be able to get folks like you in on the fun early, so you might not have to wait as long. I've already talked about my band this week, so I'll just say that Yellow Tie Guy is about to begin mixing the final 4 songs that will become our third full-length album, The Inevitable Unexpected. The music on this record is passionate, personal, and only made possible through the same perseverance that brought you and your friends and family through the last few trying years. It was intended to have afforded us the opportunity to collaborate with a variety of producers, engineers, session musicians, and extended musical family. I think I'll always feel slightly disappointed about not achieving critical mass on that particular point, but what we were able to accomplish has been incredible, and there are still collaborations in motion as we near announcing the 2023 release date. The experiences I've had with Alchemical Records and as a musician are the inspiration behind the book I'm writing and the desire to add value to the careers of other musicians and fellow creators. I've been given the opportunity in 2022 to bring that experience into developing the careers of other musicians. In 2022, I've contributed to the press and playlisting campaigns for Ben DeHaan's Blank Check EP, including Comeback Kid, The Dream, and Broken Bones. Ben saw 338% listener growth on Spotify, and his tracks were added to over 1,400 playlists throughout the year. We flexed our event planning skills for the headlining debut of Amulet at Sinistry and assisted with the launch of their release campaign for Perfect Fusion and tracks from their debut album House of Black and White. I've contributed to campaigns for tracks by Whammy award-winning artists Jerome Williams and Stephanie Mathias, aided the launch of the debut album by Link Bradham, wrote a bio for Sweden Ice, all the way in Switzerland, wrote a press release for Gabrielle Zwie, and advised Strutman Lane during the development of their mission statement, and Wright during the release of a recent single. I want to send my sincerest thanks to these artists. It takes incredible courage to invite someone into the creative fold among the emotional attachment a musician or group of musicians brings to their work. By hiring me to bring my knowledge and skills to these various projects, we've been able to add value to these projects while continuing to fund Alchemical Records' efforts to elevate the music of DC, Maryland, and Virginia within a global context. And thank you for reading and for your support of these and all the artists we have the pleasure of sharing with you. If you appreciate the work we are doing, I'd ask that you consider subscribing to our printed zine, which launches next month, and will allow us to expand the reach and the impact that the music you love has farther across the globe. If you're an artist, ask me to send you our artist discount link for 50% off the annual subscription price. Daniel.